Welcome back everyone to my PES 2020 Master League with Manchester United. Kicking today's episode off, we travel to Vicarage Road to take on Watford in the Premier League. They've had a decent start to the new season, and so have we. We've won 2, drawn 1. We're looking to extend this unbeaten run so far. Here are the team lineups then. Dean Henderson continues to start in between the posts. Demirol partners alongside Maguire as the 2 centre-halves. Brandon Williams, who's been brilliant, he gets the nod yet again ahead of Luke Shaw. Savic, he's had a great start to life here at Manchester United. He starts, so does Jadon Sancho. And it's Martial and Rashford that join him in that front three. Here is Queener then. Always leaves quite the impression on a game, and that was very inviting. Ziegler was there waiting, ready to hit on the volley. Here's Danny Welbeck, former United player. Ziegler again. Here's Will Hughes, a player that scored quite a few important goals against us throughout this series. Queener again. Danny Welbeck. I'm not sure about the first touch, but you know what? He's worked a goal out of it. Fair play to the lads. Danny Welbeck puts Watford in the lead here. It's come as a bit of a shock, that. There must have been some huge swerve on the ball. Look at the first touch. Bounces up, turns, shoots. That's a bit of help from the post. Watford in the lead then. Queener, they're looking to extend it as well with this attack. Sarr, it's a good ball in, but Henderson saves. Danny Welbeck is in the mood today. Welbeck again. Finds Queener. Straight to the chest of Dean Henderson. Danny Welbeck out wide. Finds Sarr on the overlap. Danny Welbeck making himself available. It's full for Will Hughes though. Oh my word, it should be, what, 3-0 now to Watford? Manchester United looking to reply. We've took our time. Here is Paul Pogba. Good ball in. Oh, Rashford goes down. Wants a penalty, but nothing given. Just going to bounce to Demirol, that one. It's easy for Bruno Fernandes. Returns, finds Anthony Martial. Has Jadon Sancho to his right, but finds Marcus Rashford making that run. And Rashford, there we go. Manchester United right back in it. And what a time to score right before the half-time whistle. It's Watford 1, Manchester United 1. Martial, he had Jadon Sancho to his right, but could see that run that Rashford makes. It's poor defending, it's criminal defending from Watford. Rashford dropping deep there to find Bruno Fernandes. Here is Brandon Williams. Paul Pogba turns, goes for the swerve, and the keeper saves, punches it away. Brandon does so well. It's almost like no one can beat him whenever they come down that left channel of ours. It's the same with Wan-Bissaka as well down the right. If anyone comes near him with the ball, he's just going to win it back. Here is Rashford now, finds Martial. Space, time, goal. It's 2-1 Manchester United. And that is Martial's first goal in the Premier League this season. He's now up and running. He's one of our top goal scorers last season. And he's going to look to play a little catch-up. He's missed scoring goals over the last couple of games. Here is Rashford again. Great run made. It's in for Martial, looking to double United's lead. Demirol looking to fight it out with Elvedi this season for that position in the first team. Rashford goes down. Oh, what a challenge. It's full for Bruno Fernandes. And he sees his shot just swerve to the right, away from the goal. It's all about that pass from Demirol. Great vision, great ball. Good header from Rashford. Not sure about the landing though. Pereira. Been quiet today. Takes the corner. Here he is again now on the ball. What can he do? As Bruno Fernandes is there, looking to win it back for United, but Pereira fights him off. And again, looking for Danny Welbeck. Oh no! Danny Welbeck does get his goal. After some... Oh dear. I hate it when that happens. There's absolutely nothing you can do. The ball off the chest of Savic. And it just falls. Can't clear it. And Danny Welbeck in the right place at the right time. Look at that. 2-2 then here. And Watford looking to completely turn this game around on its head. Pereira through for Welbeck. Oh, what a chance for Welbeck. What a chance for Watford to get in front once again here in front of their home fans. What an effort. Well, it's ended all square here. Savic will be blamed, but I'm not blaming him. There was absolutely nothing he could have done about that well-bet goal in the second half. So after match day 4, we come away with another point. So that's 2 draws on the trot. But how about that? The Premier League champions Liverpool have dropped another 3 points to Arsenal this time, as they lost 2-0 at Anfield. So here is the league table then. We've dropped to 6th. Still 2 points behind top spot. Not too bad. Been a decent start. Still unbeaten. Wolves, who we play next, they're down to 3rd. They've lost their first game of the new season as well. They had a 100% start heading into match day 4. So looking forward to that showdown, that clash at Old Trafford. It's always a feisty affair between Manchester United and Wolves. Hopefully it's us that come out on top. Whereas for Liverpool, looking at that league table as it stands, well, where are they? Oh yeah, they're down in 12th. This is the one. Manchester United against Wolves. This is the one I've been looking forward to. As I've already mentioned, Wolves, it's always a feisty one. Always up for it they are. Always looking to get one over Manchester United. Well, hopefully that's not the case, as this is the team. Henderson starts. It's an all-British back 4 in Tuanzebe, Maguire, Williams and Wan-Bissaka, and Savic and Sancho. They also start. Starting to rain here at Old Trafford. Sancho does really well to get around Neves. Pogba, look at Sancho's run. Sancho continues his run. Oh, he just can't keep it alive. Very intelligent run, that. Ruben Neves with this indirect free kick then for Wolves. Swings it in, looking for Traore. Oh, it's scrappy. But finally, United breathe a sigh of relief. Marcus Rashford to Martial. Sancho, first time to Bruno, looking good from United. Pogba, look at that overlapping run from Brandon Williams. Space now. Rashford calling for it, but Whitehouse beats him to it. Look at this run from Wan-Bissaka. He's pulled away from Jota, and he finds Rashford at the near post. And again, Dendoncker in there. It's back out to Wan-Bissaka, and it's back in for Martial. And how on earth is Whitehouse keeping that out the back of his net? That is the question. Look at this on the replay. What an angle as well. Great cross. Wan-Bissaka's certainly improved with those. What a save. Harry Maguire then. Charging forwards. As our centre-half. Good ball to find Rashford. Heads it on. No one there. Oh, it's Rashford that's gone down here. It's going to be a free kick. Referee stops play. Great position here. We'll see the challenge made on Rashford. Just a nudge in the back there. Takes him to the ground. So, who steps up for this then? It's going to be Bruno Fernandes. Can he make it 1-0 to Manchester United? Bruno, yes he can! Bruno Fernandes steps up to the plate and delivers. Our Portuguese Magnifico with his first goal this season. And what a beauty it is. Pick that one out. Take a bow, son. Some way out as well. That free kick. Great curl. Brilliant. Free kick for Wolves. Ruben Neves. Jota heads it on for Bueller. And Bueller! How about that? An instant equaliser from Wolves. They've pegged United back. Dean Henderson can't believe it. United haven't recovered from the celebrations. Jota heads it on. Bueller there on the right side of Tuanzebe. And bangs it in the net. Wan-Bissaka getting the better of Jota again. Whitehouse out to collect it. Distributes. Not too good. Martial heads it on for Rashford. It's took a deflection. Oh! It's being Whitehouse. Marcus Rashford puts United back in the lead. What a strange turn of events. Wolves have only really just got their equaliser. It's a poor throw from Whitehouse as it found Pogba. Rashford's volley takes a huge deflection. Whitehouse hadn't even recovered, hadn't even gotten across his line. And Rashford finds the back of the net. Slight fortune there for Manchester United. Ooh, Pogba well won from Size. Oh, that's a beautiful ball to find the run of Rashford. And he gets denied this time by Whitehouse. Savic. Pogba. Bruno. Nice little flick. Rashford. It's 3. And that may just be their game right there for United. They're all business today. No messing around. Ice cold running through the veins of Marcus Rashford. Deadly as ever in front of goal. Great flick from Bruno, who's been sensational today. What a finish from Rashford though. Bruno and Martial make way then for Dan James and Erling Haaland as super sub. He's absolutely chucking it down here at Old Trafford now, as expected here in Manchester. Jadon Sancho on the ball. Ooh, almost got past Ruben Neves. Not this time. Ruben Neves with a brilliant ball through for Raul Jimenez, who's took his chance, took the perfect opportunity to get Wolves back into this game. It's now 3-2. We've got a real game on our hands here as we head into the later stages of this Premier League fixture. Well done. Kept alive. Wan-Bissaka finds Dan James. Here is Pogba. Thought about maybe hitting that first time, but finds Savic instead. Sancho. Nice little dink to find Erling Haaland. Oh, it's fallen for Haaland. And there we go. Haaland up and running in the Premier League this season. And once again, he is our super sub. He's come on and had an impact. It's now 4-2. United double their lead. Double the distance away from Wolves. Wan-Bissaka in plenty of space. Jota has failed big time in keeping up with him today. And it could have cost them another goal here. Could have easily have been 5-2 if not for Whitehouse in goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Rashford does well, keeps himself on side, but look at that save. This game really went up a gear in the second half. It's finished Manchester United 4, Wolves 2. Rashford with 2 goals. Bruno Fernandes on the score sheet, as well as our super sub Erling Haaland, who's now up and running in the Premier League for United. Things are looking good then as we head into our next game in the Champions League against Rangers. So here's the league table then. That win boosts us up right to 3rd. Still 2 points behind City. So far so good for Manchester United. Really enjoying the start to the season. Yeah, we drew against Chelsea, but that was a tough game to be fair. Should have beaten Watford. If we'd have beaten them, then we'd definitely be fighting out for top spot. But it's still early days. I'm not too worried at the moment. We've still got Liverpool 2 points behind us. As long as we continue as we are, continue putting in the performances, continue to work hard, keep up that intensity. We need it this season, desperately need it this season to be fighting it for that Premier League trophy. Here we go then for our next game in the Champions League group stage. Hopefully we can continue our winning ways. We had a bright start to the campaign with that away win against AC Milan in the previous episode. Well, up next we take on Rangers here at Old Trafford. Quite the historical fixture really. And here are the teams. So Brandon Williams is in, Twanzebe also in, alongside Fosu Mensah there. Camavinga starts in central midfield, and we also have Greenwood getting the call up. He starts alongside Dan James and Marcus Rashford as our front three. Looking at Rangers' team then, Barisic starts, so does Katic, and also Morales. Pogba going to take this short free kick to find Fosu Mensah, slips it through for Dan James. Nice little 1-2. Good ball in. It's inviting. Keeper using his feet to save that header. Quick feed here from Morales. Well done, Harry Maguire, who's on that yellow card. Needs to be careful when making challenges. And now Dan James. Ooh, through the eye of a needle. Finds Mason Greenwood. Keeper, what you doing? He's off his line and he gets chipped. And Mason Greenwood puts United a goal in front. Opening up his account in the Champions League this season. Pick up that mic and rock out. Dan James has every right to be dancing like that as well with that assist. Threading the ball through almost the eye of a needle to find Mason Greenwood, who chips the goalkeeper perfectly. And that's got to be one of the goals of the season so far, surely. Not the best camera angle for the replay there, unfortunately. You can just see the ball beating the keeper. What was the keeper thinking? Well, Rangers look to respond as Fosu Mensah lunges in, takes out his man. I'm not going to call that a tactical foul. It's silly. It's a yellow card. Well deserved. As Kent was bombing down this left side. And it's taken out. So Manchester United have to defend this. Moments after scoring the opening goal. Kent whips it in. And Kamara has beaten Livakovic. It's 1-1. Instant reply from Rangers. And it's from a set piece. He rises above the rest. Heads it down into the ground and has a bit of help. Doherty not going to beat Dan James to it. James latches on. Katic bearing down upon him, but James passes him as well and finds Marcus Rashford. The ball dribbles in. Very similar to his goal against Wolves in the last episode, or was it the episode before? And the ball just bounces its way in very slowly. Keeper not quick enough to get to it to prevent it from going across the line. He did have a bit of help from the post as well. 2-1 Manchester United. It's Kamara already on the score sheet for Rangers. Finds Jermaine Defoe. Oh, he's only just come on. What an impact. He's going to level things here at Old Trafford. Rangers with that fighting spirit. Steven Gerrard in charge as well. It's not going to go down well. The Rangers fans loving it though. The way Jermaine Defoe receives the ball. It's all about that experience. Receives the ball, turns. Doesn't even put much power on it either. Kamara been that tricky customer today. Wow. So Rangers, they've got their tails up now. They're right back in it. They're looking for 3 points in the groups. Jermaine Defoe through on goal. Livakovic, great anticipation, comes out, makes himself big and saves it. Oh, we've well and truly underestimated Rangers here today. Here is Pogba, finds Angel Gomez. Bit of space to work in. Finds Mason Greenwood. Oh, it's flashed wide. Why isn't Mason Greenwood taking that on his left? His most favoured, most strongest side. But instead decides to use his right. I mean, could have gone for goal with Gomez, but it's all square then. After match day 2 in the Champions League group stages, it's finished Manchester United 2, Rangers 2. So not a bad start to the Champions League campaign this season. A win already over AC Milan, a draw against Rangers. We should have done better. We did underestimate them in that game. But up next, we do take on Real Madrid. They come to Old Trafford in the third game. The midway stage of the group stages should be a good showdown, that. A game I'm certainly looking forward to, and hopefully you guys are as well. That's going to be it for this episode. I do hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.